Hi guys, this is Dane, and I'm going to be doing a highly requested video on how is the relationship between Prince Harry and Prince William. So let us see how this relationship is going. I ask that you guys give this video a thumbs up. Also make sure to subscribe to my channel. That's the way you guys let YouTube know that you're appreciating the content that I'm putting out, and keep this channel growing. I know it's super small, there we go, right now, but thank you so much for getting this channel to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. It's really absolutely fantastic. So I am so thankful for all your support, and I am so happy to be able to answer these questions for you. So we are asking how Prince William and Prince Harry's relationship is going to go, and if you guys would like to book a private reading with me, all that information will be in the description box below, and if you would like to donate to my channel, all that information will also be in the description box below. Okay. How's the relationship? Well, how's William and Harry's relationship? How is 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 William and Harry's relationship? Okay. Show me clearly, show me clearly. How is William and Harry's relationship? Show me clearly, show me clearly. How is William and Harry's relationship? Okay, we're going to stop there. So obviously the cards that Spirit wants you guys to see. And I would like you guys to know before I even draw the first card that I don't really follow the royals at all. I'm not from the UK. I know that it's a big deal, the wedding between Harry and Meghan, and it's absolutely wonderful, but I just don't follow the royals. So we're going to see how William and Harry's relationship is going. And yeah, so if I wind up saying things that is obvious to everybody, then, you know, I do apologize, but I'm going in rather blind, which is actually how I like going into these readings. So yeah, let's see how their relationship is going. So this is going to be William, this is going to be Harry, this is going to be their relationship. Like, this is how they're each viewing kind of the other, really looking at things, seeing where they want to be. Goodness. Okay. So what we have here, just to start with, the people that are showing up, we have here a water sign, a Cancer, a Scorpio, a Pisces. I do know that William is a Cancer, so that's him showing up right here. We have a Virgo right here, which I do know is Harry. We also have here the Cancer, and it's the Knight, so you could kind of view that as a prince. So that's very interesting. I would say that's a Cancer, a Scorpio, a Pisces. I do also know, I have written down Camilla and Camilla and Charles are also water signs. So I do know that. I actually don't have that in my notes, which I do apologize for. We have here a Pisces, which I do know that their uncles are Pisces, Edward and Andrew. Here we have the Tower, divorce, kind of breaking up, walking away, different paths. We have here an Earth sign, a Capricorn, a Taurus, a Virgo. That could signify Kate. That can signify Queen Elizabeth. We have here also a Leo coming up in the clarifying cards. And then we have a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius. So we have a lot of people here, which I guess is which is going to be common to see with, first of all, a big family. Second of all, them having so many people around them. I can tell you right now, when I started doing this reading, I started to get a bit of indigestion, kind of thing going on, which is very funny because I was perfectly fine before. So that would signify to me that there is a lot of tension here. There is a lot of strife, like kind of pulling, and that would also be shown here with the Tower, the Nine of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. Now, again, this has no effect on me, and the outcome of this reading is just for curiosity's sake. So we're going to see how their relationship is going. This is how Will is seeing things. He's seeing that he needs a break. He's seeing that he needs to step back. He needs to take a breather. He really needs to focus himself. He really needs to focus on what it is that he wants. Look up, see his blessings, and know that there are blessings. There are more blessings coming his way that are going to lead him forward. But right now, his emotions are too high when it comes to this situation, because I think he wants to, as we see here with the Queen of Cups, he is a more nurturing person. It's very funny. I wouldn't think that he would come up as the Queen of Cups. I would think he would come up as the King of Cups, kind of very cut, very dry, very much this is how we're moving forward. But especially in this situation, which, you know, whether you come up as the Queen of Cups or the King of Cups can change, or the King and Queen of any suits can change depending on your situation. Here, he is much more caring, much more compassionate, atypical, quote-unquote, feminine energy around him when it comes to this, just being very caring, very much wanting things to move forward. There is a sense here of healing, of wanting there to be healing, but also emotions are running very, very high. It's very intense. The Six of Pentacles, there needs to be balance. There isn't balance right now in the relationship. It's actually, I find it to be a bit upsetting. It's just a bit upsetting reading the cards right now. There's a lot of intense energy going around. So, I mean, take that as you may and say what you like, but right now they're not really balanced. They're not falling into harmony with each other. They don't know how they want to move forward. Well, I mean, he doesn't know how he wants to handle the situation. He's trying to find his balance with his brother. And it does look like, I mean, Harry's off doing his thing. I mean, absolutely, positively, he's embracing his destiny. He's embracing what it is that he wants. And his future is kind of unknown, but he's having his day in the sun. I mean, he has the sun card. I mean, he's becoming a father. He's happy. He has his love with Meghan definitely showing through, but he's also lost a lot. And I think he's proving a lot. And that doesn't mean that the relationship between him and Meghan isn't going to work out. It means here that he's proving a lot to his family. He's proving a lot to himself. A lot is riding on this relationship more than just the love of two people, which is rather intense. Yeah. Okay, so I actually think, okay, Queen Elizabeth is a Taurus, and then we have his brother here. We have the sun and the moon, night and day. Excuse me. They could be night and day from each other. He could say, you know what, I'm never going to be exactly, you know, the type of prince that his brother is. I don't know if that's true, you know, because from what I see, he's very loved. He's very, you know, appreciated. But Harry, and so is William, of course. So there's balance needing to come in. There's a sense of things not being in harmony. And I would say this has to do around the Virgo, which makes complete sense since Harry is a Virgo. So William is also turning inward. We see that with the Four of Cups up here, that he's turning inward because right now he's having a hard time seeing the blessings around him. And he has a lot of blessings around him. He has his family, he, you know, has his children, he has his wife. There are a lot of blessings around him, and he needs to focus on that. But right now he's very much trying to find a balance with his brother, with their relationship. Because as you can see, Virgo, Cancer, I would say this very much is signifying Will and Harry, and they're feeling battered and they're feeling bruised. There's a strain on their relationship. He's looking towards the future. He's looking towards what will come. He's looking towards, you know, he's looking towards the future. He's looking towards the big picture. And he's saying pretty much, you know, this is your day in the sun, but this is the time where they are kind of parting company. And that's sad. The Nine of Swords, this is worry, this is doubt, this is fear. I think he knows that he's seen as this person on this horse, kind of right here, kind of as the Six of Wands, you know, moving forward, being celebrated, but there's a lot of things that he's worried about. And I think he puts on a good show, but I think late at night he's worried about the way things are going to work out. about the relationship that they have. And you start off here with Harry. I mean, the fact that he has 4 major arcana cards in his line, 1 court card, and 1 regular card, this is an intense time for him. This is an intense shift in relationship with, I would have to say, with the Queen, with Queen Elizabeth, and with his brother. Is it going to turn out okay? I mean, we have the sun and the moon. I would say that he's walking towards his destiny. He's walking towards a bright future, but things are also unknown to him. Things are also mysterious. He, has a lot of fears, but he needs to move forward in wisdom and in prosperity. And I wonder if that's not what Will and Queen Elizabeth are worried about, if he's not moving forward in wisdom and prosperity, if he's not embracing that. Because there seems to be a night and day aspect to Harry's personality, and I think this is just Harry's personality in general, where he can be 1 minute, absolutely fine, riding high, and the next minute not knowing exactly his footing, not knowing exactly, how he's going to proceed forward, kind of thing going on here. That's just my impression from the cards about him. The 5 of Cups. This is looking at betrayal. This is looking at heartbreak. This is looking at pain. This is looking at suffering. And not seeing the love that's behind him. Now, is the love that's behind him the love that he has with Meghan? Or is it, his brother, their love for each other? Because you can see the lovers as just being devotional love. You don't have to see it as a sexual or a romantic relationship. It could be his brother has love for him and they want harmony within the home, but everything is kind of topsy-turvy right now. And they feel battered and they feel bruised. And I have a feeling that this is going to have long-lasting implications and kind of, impact on their relationship. Because as much as, things can be swept under the rug and things can move forward, you always know that when you have those type of blowouts with your siblings, it changes things. It really does change things. So I think right now he's looking not at love. He's not looking at love. And I think he has a lot of love around him. Now, that could be with Meghan. That could be with his family. He has a lot of people that love him, but he has a tendency to be in morose moods. He has a tendency to kind of look at betrayals and heartbreaks and pain and not at the love that he wants and not at the love that he has. This can also signify a Gemini, which I believe that's Prince Philip. Is a Gemini here. So you also have, looking at betrayal, you have Prince Philip, you have Queen Elizabeth, and you have Camilla, you have Charles, and you have William. So he could be feeling betrayed by all 3 of these people. Well, 5. So, that could very well be the case with the way that he is moving forward, the way that he is looking at things. It could even be his uncle and his 2 uncles, so now that's 7 people, and he's seeing his day in the sun, but he also has fear, and there's worry around him, and I don't know why there's worry around him. I don't know if he's not making good choices. Again, I like to go into these things rather blind, and I am, so that's exactly what I wanted. So there's worry, there's fear, there's doubt, there's not seeing love, there's also this Gemini around him, for some reason it's a little bit hard to speak, which is interesting. There's this Gemini around him. There's this Taurus around him. There's this water sign around him. There's looking into the future. I think they can see such good things for him, but there's a sense of walking away from something. But there's also a sense of him seeing this prosperity in his future. So we have here the Gemini, which is love. We have here the Hierophant, which can also signify tradition if we take out the people that these represent. And we can see this as also moving forward, the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, moving forward in love, moving forward in understanding. But I really do think here that what this reading is saying is that there are a whole bunch of people that he's feeling betrayed by. And that's rather intense because we just pretty much named his whole entire family here that he feels betrayed by. And that's really interesting. To have one person against the whole entire world. Now, be it, love is love and you have to move forward. So that's it. But I'm not a hopeless romantic. I'm just not. That's just not who I am. And so there has to be logic. There has to be reason behind this. There has to be, Romeo and Juliet, this isn't a Romeo and Juliet story. That didn't end well. I'm not saying they're not going to end well. I'm just saying that there's a lot that he's putting on love. And that's a heavy weight. But there is a sense of feeling betrayed by family, but there's also a sense of love and tradition and trying to move forward in love and having his day in the sun. You know, this is his time. He is apparently being more responsible. He's centered. He's having the family that he wants. I mean, this is, in a sense, he's moving forward, but you have day and night. So this is two sides of a coin. When you have these two, when I have these two together, I think, you know, how is this two sides of a coin? Now, could this be that he's seeing clearly in the light of the day and he's seeing clearly late at night when everything is quiet? But then why is his brother worried about him? And it all ends with, I think, Queen Elizabeth. I mean, I don't think this is talking about Kate here at all. Though it would make sense to end with Kate with William. I just think this is talking about Queen Elizabeth right here. He's worried. William is worried. Harry is worried. He's feeling betrayed. He's feeling rather morose, you know, and then you have the burdens that are being carried, and they want to put him down. It's like, enough is enough. I don't want to be going over this again and again. I think they feel like this is beating a dead horse. This is, you know, this is not where they want to be. And they feel like the relationship right now is cumbersome. I mean, this could also be putting down your passions, putting down your desires, starting a home, starting a family, because we have here the Four of Pentacles, which for me signifies the home. You know, it would be better if we had the Four of Wands, of course, but the Four of Pentacles is prosperity, abundance, but guarding the solar plexus. This is having to guard your solar plexus. This is not being as open in communication as you would want to be. This is needing to guard your house, guard your home, as you're putting down your burdens. So is this picking up on Harry and Meghan moving? Is this showing that things weren't working out at home? There were just too many burdens on their shoulders, so now things have to change? Is this showing that there's going to be prosperity within their homes? I'm just going to grab a quick drink of water. Prosperity within their homes, but everything has to fall apart and they have to do it separately. I think they do have to do it separately right now. It looks like Harry is feeling attacked. It looks like William is feeling overwhelmed. And then we have, you know, things not being balanced. Here we have the Taurus coming through, which is Queen Elizabeth. And then we have here the Tower. We just have things crumbling down. Emotions are way too high. It's way too much. And things are crumbling down. So, I mean, a Tower time, a karmic debt. Was this something that was building up for the family? You know, for the royals? Was this a time that was bound to happen anyway? Is this just two people growing up and, you know, changing? But we have a Tower time. So this is an intense time. And this isn't something that'll be easily healed. I don't think so anyway. From right now. And I think this is something that Queen Elizabeth is seeing and saying, you know, everything is falling. And I think, and I know this might sound unfair, but I think William is asked to be a little bit more reasonable when it comes to Harry. He's saying, you know, the scales are in balance. That's okay. You know, kind of keep things together. You know, put on a good front, put on a good show. And he doesn't want to. I mean, he doesn't want to. He's very frustrated. He's very worried. He's looking at the future and he's saying, you know, will this not be a future that we share together? Are you going to have your day in the sun and you're just leaving everybody else behind? And I think he finds that rather distasteful. Just saying. The Nine of Wands, battered and bruised. I mean, both Harry's coming up in William's line. William is coming up in Harry's line. And they are both feeling completely frustrated and completely attacked by the other person. Now, is this them building their wall? You know, building their fence, growing their conviction, their passion, their understanding that we see with the Ten of Wands here? And saying, you know what, no more. I'm not defending myself against the other person. You live your life, I live my life. From what I've heard from people, you know, they were so close. From the comments that I read, they were so close. So what is this? What is going on here? That they feel battered, they feel bruised. And now divorced or walking away, you know, I don't need this anymore. kind of mentality. You know, I'm not doing this because he's looking towards the future and he's looking towards his glory. You know, William is looking towards his future. Harry is looking towards his glory. And then we have them just walking away, just saying, you know what, enough is enough. I'm done. It's over. You know, thanks a lot, but no more. They're walking away from what they once thought they would love, which was each other. They only have each other. I mean, yes, they have their wives, and yes, they have, you know, their father and their stepmother and their grandmother and their grandfather and everything like that. But there's a special bond between siblings. If you have siblings and you were close to them, you know that. And not to walk away from each other, that's rough. That's really rough. Because of the Queen, because of Kate, because of prosperity, because of money. I mean, I don't know what this is saying here. I think that they're both worried that Harry isn't seeing everything clearly. And I think that's coming from the Nine of Swords, from William, and that's coming from the Queen. And it could also be coming from Kate, who's just worried about him. But I think Kate doesn't think this is her fight. And Kate doesn't want this to be her fight. Now, Meghan is showing up over here. But I don't know if this is about love here. Does this have to do with Meghan? Did she cause a rift between them? I think, you know, they're having a rift between them because of the actions of each person. But I think love did have something to do with it. And the way that he now feels, this is my time, this is who I am supposed to be, and I don't need anybody else. Whereas he needed them when he didn't have her before, when he didn't have that support, when he didn't have that love over there. And I think he's wondering, you know, is their relationship worth giving up everything, but, you know, is his stance on everybody is against me worth having a rift between him and his whole entire family? You know, does he need to start changing the way that he's looking at things? Start changing what he's seeing? Or does he say, you know what, fine, I'm going to only focus on this love over here? That seems rather intense. But it could very well be how he does things. But I think it's going to start taking its toll on him, from what I'm seeing in the cards. I mean, you have here patience with the Seven of Pentacles. You have here strength, which can represent a Leo. Now, this can be Meghan and this can be Princess Anne. But we have strength here. And then we have a Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius. And so, you know, a Libra, I don't know, wait, no, not a Libra. A Gemini would be Philip, but I feel as if there's patience. I feel as if there's an unlikely pairing going on. There's this need for strength, a need for, you know, for things to move forward. But I think this is patience. I think this is talking about Meghan here. And I think this is being rash. This is not thinking things through. This is going after, kind of being that, it's that White Knight scenario. Like what I say with the Knight of Swords is my White Knight card. You know, you just rush in and you take it and you know, have your happily ever after and you are going to be happy no matter what. But he didn't think everything through. Now does this say that they will not be happy together? They have a long road ahead of them because they are such intense people and they need patience. And I think that's something that is very hard. And I think patience are being tried because of this kind of, you know, overly romantic, you know, overly romanticized love affair that these two have. Is it her fault? No, it takes a whole bunch of people to make relationships, you know, work and not work and stuff like that. Is this putting a lot of pressure on his family? Yes, it is. And it's not working out the way that he had thought it would. But he does have the happiness card here. He does have happiness. He just also has fear. He has to move forward in wisdom and encourage and see his luck. And not think that luck is going to last forever, that, you know, no matter what, he's always going to come out and be the golden boy. Because I don't think that William is having that anymore. I think he's kind of done with it. He's worried. He, you know, feels things aren't balanced. And he's looking towards his future and he's saying, you know what, I have to be who I need to be. And this right here, this tower, this walking away, this feeling as if everything is combative, this, you know, yeah, as if they have to defend themselves. here as if the home, you know, needs to be defended, you know, guarding their solar plexus instead of moving forward in love for each other. I mean, this is a lot. And like the whole entire royal family came through in these cards, which is amazing. And it's all focused around Harry. Now, it could be that you're going to say, you know, nobody is accepting him and they're all making it so horrible for him and poor Harry. But, you know, there's a lot that he needs to work on right here, right now. Because he does have this golden boy mentality. He does have this charm, this charisma, this personality to him that he can be embracing and moving forward in. But there's fear and there's worry and there's uncertainty. And there's fear and there's worry for his brother too. And I do think this is the Queen who's sitting there and saying, you can't walk away from each other. I will not let it. Okay, subconsciously, the message is the Ace of Wands, which is like fantastic. Subconsciously, they want new beginnings. They want new starts. They want things moving forward. They want happiness and joy. And this is new beginnings for the both of them. I mean, Harry's starting a family. Will has a young family. You know, they are going to be embracing their new beginnings. And I wonder if right now that's what they're going to be focusing on, the new beginnings that they're having in their lives. And maybe not the new beginnings that they'll be having together, which that would be sad. But this is fire, this is passion, this is a sense of prosperity. So I think subconsciously they are always going to be there for each other. You know, even if at times they don't really like it, even at times, you know, because Will is quite fed up, you know, and Harry is feeling quite picked on. You know, even if at times they don't feel as prosperous or joyous or happy as they should, or as they would like to together, this is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing them this gift of new beginning, and also handing them this gift of passion for each other, which sounds odd to say, or it could be worded better. They want each other to succeed. They just need to work out the details. I think that's what it's saying. But subconsciously, I think right now, they're looking at things being rather separate. Rather, you know, you go your way, you go mine, I'll go mine. You know, we'll put on a good front, and people will see that we're happy. But inside, there's a lot of turmoil going on. There's a lot of it. But there's this white knight mentality that I think William is just a little bit more sensible. You know, not as rash, not as bold. Which might make him a bit more dull, and, you know, maybe people don't see him the same way that they see Harry, but he has this thing where he always is looking towards the future. William is always looking towards the future, always looking towards the fact that there will be a crown on his head. And his brother sees him, I think, kind of as the beloved prince. And I know people have said that Harry is Queen Elizabeth's favorite. And maybe that's why she's not letting them pull apart, walk away. She's being the glue that holds them together. Okay, well, that was rather intense. I thank you guys for watching. Thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. Also, thank you for subscribing to my channel. That was a lot heavier than I had thought it was going to be. I wish you all nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness, and may harmony always be with you. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. All right, bye.